Advertised as the Cove, this unique property located on the north side of Hurricane is bordered by BLM land and is adjacent to the Red Cliffs Preserve, the Virgin River, and residential homes. The 351 acres of property sits next to Sky Mountain Golf Course and is home to an old inactive volcano referred to as the Cinder Cone. Commercial developer and soon-to-be landowner of this property, Jim Thomas, sees potential for this land, which is currently zoned for residential use only. He is asking the city to amend its plan to allow him to build an Old West town to capture tourists on the way to Zion.
One of the reasons we chose for the Old West town was because of this view out here. We thought, to give a pristine environment for a development that I think will be family-based. We're bringing people in here to do a high-tech but Old West town, and so we can have all the special effects and everything to make it interesting, but yet keep the Old West flavor. Horses, wagons, anything we can do to recreate the Old West, that's what we're doing.
But not everyone is in favor of the proposed development. Penny is the manager of the Sky Mountain Homeowners Association and lives near the proposed site.
We were shocked and frankly horrified is not too strong of a word when we went to the city council meeting and heard the developer say that he wanted to put in 600 homes plus a 1,200-seat auditorium where he wanted to hold 5-night-a-week shows of a Wild West show, a hotel, an RV park, a wedding chapel, a strip mall with 24 stores, restaurants, and he wants to, in his words, quote, capture the tourist market that is headed to Zion Park and bring them right here.
Penny is one of 1,000 area residents who signed a petition opposed to developing this land into a commercial property. She and others feel this land needs to be protected due to its special nature.
So you're looking at potential pollution to the Virgin River. You're looking at the Desert Tortoise Preserve, which we all, I think anyone who lives in the area is aware of the desert tortoises that are in the area, as well as what you can see over here to the east are cinder cones. Those are ancient volcano cones. And there's a hiking area that goes through there with lowlands that are protected. You have to stay on the trails. It's not just protected, you can't even get off the trails. It's that precious of land.
Claiming success as a prominent developer in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, Thomas showed his plans to those who attended a chamber-sponsored informational event. A resident of Washington Fields for the past 11 years, Thomas has 34 years in past experience in development.
We had to be careful how we operated within the town limits, and we were able to satisfy pretty much everybody and their needs in the Jackson area. We are very sensitive to the environment. I come from an area in Jackson Hole, Wyoming that was overly sensitive about the environment, and we were able to survive there.
Plans to build multi-use housing have already been changed. Thomas and his developers said the town itself would be built by local contractors on the east side of the Cinder Cone on these 30 acres. But despite changes, neighbors are still concerned about light pollution and noise this may cause.
But I know if I can hear a single coyote, I'm going to hear gunshots.
They're not even going to see the town. That cone is going to probably absorb a lot of the noise.
Another concern is traffic. Currently, the only accesses to the property is to the south on 600 North, which opponents say are too dangerous. A proposed emergency route could be used on the east side of the Cinder Cone.
We're going to do pullouts and that sort of thing and allow cars to have a turnout lane to gain speed as they enter into traffic.
However, Thomas said much of the traffic will be limited due to buses coming to and from the Lost Trails Cove.
Buses are quieter than a car now. They hold 52 people, which if those 52 people came in cars and there was 2 per car, that's 26 cars we're eliminating down this road. So I think a majority of this would be buses.
The mayor said if the plan moves forward, another route may be in the works.
If the city approves the project, then the city will work to get the master planned road that will just go straight from SR9 right up and into the project on the east side of the project, and not driving through everybody through the residential area and not putting all the traffic onto 600 North.
Despite all the proposed remedies to potential problems, neighbors living near the site still want the area to remain as is.
Of course, we would like to see this property purchased by a land trust and protected for time and eternity and allow people to enjoy the hiking and the natural beauty of it. We're working on that, but we haven't found the person with deep pockets yet.
Because the property is already zoned for residential, Thomas said they could still build up to 1,400 homes without the commercial site.
It's already zoned for 1,400 homes out here. We really don't want to do that. We want to put a little bit of this into commercial and have open space and make it a responsible development.
Single-family homes, that may be something that just has to happen.
Thomas said the property is under contract right now and is currently in escrow. If it's approved, the project could eventually create between 100 to 150 jobs, bringing in tax revenue for the city and the county.
In reality, with 100 employees, you're probably looking at about $8 million a year being paid out in wages, and $8 million translated in the community is about a $32 million positive impact for your economic base in the community every year.
With all that's being proposed, Thomas said it could take an upwards of 10 years to completely develop, but he reminded residents that regardless if he develops the area or not, someone else will. Thomas is counting on local investors and developers to help realize the dream, and he believes home values will only go up, not down. Either way, he said he doesn't plan to fail.
I think I'd have to be pretty much a moron not to be able to make this thing work. I mean, the amount of people that come through here, we do know how to market this and bring people in, and I just don't see that as a problem.
And we're now up to 1,080 petitions, and if our elected officials don't listen to that many constituents and decide in favor of an outside developer who has no ties to this area at all, I guess I'm just at a loss for words.
There are now petitions being signed on behalf of the proposed development. The Hurricane City Council will take up the issue on the amendments to the general plan Thursday. In Hurricane, Melissa Anderson, Community Education News.